Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your August 2022 general readings. We're looking at the first half of August from the 1st through the 15th, and this reading is for the air sign of Libra. Welcome everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here to watch this video, any of the videos on my YouTube channel, for hitting that like and share button. Those of you who subscribe to the channel, those of you who reach out for personal readings, all welcome. Thank you. Okay, Libra, this is for you for the first half of August 2022. If your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Libra, it's also relevant if you're cross-watching for a Libran. It's a general reading, so of course it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone. If you know all of your signs, sun, moon, rising, and Venus, watch them all for the additional insight and perspective they can bring into what's going on in your particular situation. And if you find that something does resonate with you enough that you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, perhaps peel it back, take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else. Personal readings do make great gifts. Feel free to email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. You can also get that contact detail by clicking the description link. I can usually respond the same day. I would be delighted to hear from you. I do offer quite a variety of readings, and I can usually respond the same day with that information. And I do readings full-time. It's all that I do, so I work pretty hard at arranging timely scheduling. So if you're interested, email me. Okay, Libra, let's see what the first half of August has in store for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. All right, we begin by taking a step back. We begin with the Four of Swords. This is a temporary retreat from some kind of challenge or difficulty, commonly too with thinking about it too, because swords is governed by air, which governs our intellectual landscape. So the Four of Swords is taking a kind of a temporary step back or a withdrawal from something, from stressing or thinking about something, to rest, recuperate, maybe take better care of yourself, get a different perspective. With the Four of Swords, we have Faith, which in other decks is the Hierophant card, which is convention, tradition. Here it has a bit more of energy into literal faith, having faith. Taking a step back and leaning on and relying on the tried and true, that which gives you that sense of security and stability and connects you with your faith. I kind of get the feeling, Libra, this is like, oh, I don't know what to do about this. I'm tired. I'm just going to step back here and do the things I know to do and trust, right? Next, we have the High Priestess, also a very spiritual card. This is a card of paying attention to your intuition, which some people call gut instinct, higher self, that your connection with the divine, paying attention to that intuitive sense of knowing. With the Five of Cups, grief, loss, regret. There's still 2 cups upright and full, but there's 3 that are tipped over and spilled out. Some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, I'm kind of getting the sense that you've taken a step back because you're like, there isn't anything else I can do here. And maybe there's too much dirty water under the bridge for some of you. Maybe some of you are feeling like too much has been lost, even though, and there's, some regret here, even though, again, there's still 2 cups full, there's 3 that are tipped over. And for some of you, it just might not be enough. Next, we have Strength, facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, also the role that you've had to play in the situation yourself. With the Devil, negative, unhealthy cycles, too much obsession in one area. The Devil represents addictions and obsessions, no matter what it is, whether it's drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, shopping, working, obsession, right? The thing in and of itself might not be unhealthy, but the level of obsession that gets poured into it makes it unhealthy, and it just keeps going around and around and again. But the devil enslaves and entraps through something tempting, alluring, right? The devil energy is like, tells us, we need that, you need that, which is why you keep returning to it over and over and over again. You really don't. You want it. I mean, You know, there's this beautiful golden cage that this couple is trapped inside. However, the door is open. They could leave, right? But they don't, because that devil card, that devil energy tells them, oh, I need to be in here because you get whatever out of it, right? But it's unhealthy. So strength in the devil is almost always, you know, the strength to break a cycle that's difficult to break because you've been investing in it or doing it for so long, right? You have to kind of be honest with yourself about the part that you've had to play in it and the choices that you've made as well. It takes strength, courage, wisdom, and humility to do that. But it's also what you gain more of. Overall energy, we have the Six of Wands, which is a card of victory and triumph after a struggle, a battle, or a challenge. Yeah, this feels kind of like taking a step back because you're feeling, I don't know, maybe a bit it feels like, Libra, whether this is a relationship of some kind, it's not entirely clear yet. You know, like a love, romance, relationship, or friendship, or a job, work situation. It feels like there's something that you have been investing in a lot over quite a period of time. When we invest in something, we want something to grow, to reach a certain thing that we want or ideal that we want, right? And I feel like you've been doing this in this situation, relationship, whatever this is for you, and you haven't been able to get it past a certain point, and you're frustrated, and kind of now you're taking a break or taking a step back, kind of leaning on the tried and true, right? I think some of you have an intuitive sense that this isn't going to go further, or you're starting to wonder if it's never really going to be the thing that you want, even though it's the thing that you tell yourself you need, right? Because that's that devil card energy. And it's about having the strength to kind of, you know, and strength is almost always a very clear, like air type energy. It's about looking at something, setting your emotions aside for a minute, and looking at something and going, this is what it is, and this is what it isn't. And this is probably what it will be, and this is probably what it won't be. And taking an honest, clear, not filtered through your emotions kind of energy, because your emotions, or that devil card energy, will pull you right back into it, telling you need this thing, right? And I think for you, the victory here is going to come from breaking that and being very clear and very logical and practical about it, which are the best tools to break a cycle of something that we tell ourselves we need, or some kind of addiction or obsession, because our emotions, you know, are pulling us to that. It's that clear thinking that needs to come in and go, look, that's not what this is. That's not what this is ever going to become. This is the truth and reality of what this thing is. And you have an intuitive sense of knowing what it is and what it isn't here, I'm seeing, Libra. But it's kind of like a relationship that isn't going where you want it to go, but you keep telling yourself if you just stay and continue to invest, it will. In some magical way, right? Or a job, right? Whatever the situation is here, that's pretty much it here. And I think with the Priestess and the Five of Cups here too, Libra, I think that it may never become your ideal picture of what you want it to be or what you thought you were working towards. And the question, and that leaves you with a decision, right? The decision is, if that's the case, are you going to make the decision to end it and open up other options for yourself, which I think is where that victory comes from? Or are you going to make peace with it just being what it is and just accepting that, meaning compromise? Let me clarify this overall energy of victory, this Six of Wands. The Seven of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, victory comes from a new beginning, making decisions to open yourself up for new option and new opportunity. Clarify Four of Swords and Faith. The devil, yeah, taking a step back from this obsession. 8 of Swords, feeling helpless. Death and the 2 of Wands, contemplating a final ending of something. Clarify, High Priestess. Yeah, it's more of a contemplative, this 2-week period of time is more of a thinking, contemplative period of time. Again, this Devil card energy, whatever the situation is or whatever the unhealthy cycle is, you know, it tells you to keep coming back to it because it's great or it'll become this or whatever, right? The unhealthy aspect is that it never does, but you stay in the same cycle over and over and over again. I think the victory here comes on a path that's rather challenging and painful when you're going through it. When you're on the other side of breaking an unhealthy cycle, the further you get away from it, the more that you can see how your life becomes better and more enriched because of it. Even if it's difficult in the beginning, it's hard to see that when you're going through that, you know. But I think that's where the victory comes, is from breaking this chain and telling yourself and telling the other side, whether it's a job or a relationship or whatever it is, look, this is what I want. This is my ideal. Therefore, this is my truth. And if you can't meet that truth with me, I have to leave. Or you need to find a way to live in acceptance of what it isn't, right? And I think that there is not a victory in that. The victory comes from opening yourself up to new options and new possibilities and new potential, which you can't do, clarify the High Priestess, without making a decision to end something, which may be what transforms it, but it's about moving on to something new. The Chariot, yeah, intuitively knowing there's success on a difficult path. Clarify the Devil. Clarify the Devil. Oh, something just jumped right out. 7 of Coins, yeah. What's the unhealthy cycle? Taking stock, taking inventory, taking a look at what you have invested in something to make. But it's typically in and of itself, it's not a negative or challenging or unhealthy energy. But the Devil card makes it that way because it's clarifying what the Devil card is. Again, it's the same thing. It's like, and Spirit is asking you to have the strength to break this, to see it clearly for what it is, to dispel and break the illusion. The illusion is, okay, if I just keep investing, if I just keep doing the thing, if I just keep on, it'll change somehow, someday. It's not. It's about facing that and making choices to it. But again, free will, free agency. You don't have to, right? Lots of people compromise and they find ways to live with it. It's not the ideal, but people do, right? But here it's quite clear what Spirit, wants you to do. But let's end with some advice and guidance cards, okay? The Queen of Swords, the person who thinks very clearly, very logically, very practically, no matter what her emotions are, she's going to make decisions based on the truth of a situation, not what she wants or hopes for or wishes, right? This is somebody who's been there, done that, and can cut right to the heart of a matter, and she uses truth and clarity, not illusion, She's all about breaking that illusion, even if it's difficult. 3 of Coins in reverse. Okay, so no compromise, right? This is be very clear, very direct, very straightforward, and not compromise on what your dream, your ideal, your vision, what you want is. Because in the upright position, this is a card of compromise, negotiation, collaboration, people working together. But in the reverse as advice, it's don't compromise. Don't compromise what's most important for you just because you have something that's pulling on you quite strongly. It's not what you need. It tries to tell you it's what you need, but it isn't. And the victory comes from seeing that and making decisions based on that. Kind of a challenging reading, but we have all been through these times, I'm sure. All right, Libra, those are your messages for the first half of August. I hope that you found them useful and that it gave you some perspective and some food for thought in moving forward. Again, if any of this resonates with you enough that you'd like to reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly at maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you and to work with you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the August mid-month readings. Until then, stay safe and well, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.